good evening.
Welcome to part 2.
Part 2. Dog friendly part 2.
And so we're going to take you back to Virginia, where we left off.
Yep.
We were in Front Royal, and we stayed at the Baymont Inn.
Had some heavy rains that night.
Oh, yeah, that was the flooding rains one.
Yep, big floods.
We took all of our pack gear off of the floor in the hotel just in case and put them up on tables. But the hotel overall was really nice, cute downtown. Everything that you needed pretty much within walking distance. Yep. It would have been a lot easier without the rain, but...
Yeah, we did all the resupply in the rain.
Bandit didn't mind it. He loved it there.
Yep, he hung out. He had a blast. But yeah, that was dog friendly.
Mm-hmm.
Then we hit the road and we ended up in Knoxville, Maryland, which was after Harper's Ferry. We stayed at the Crosstrails Hostel.
Yeah. It was dog friendly. I don't remember if I think the dogs were allowed in private rooms, but not the bunk rooms. There weren't any private rooms available. So we ended up tenting outside, and it was actually a really nice night, so it didn't matter.
Yep, pretty nice place.
Slept like a baby.
Crossed the railroad tracks and climbed up a ladder in the woods. We got our way up there.
It was a trail to get there, that's for sure.
You can get there by road, too.
Yep.
I think it was just a longer route. We took a shortcut through the woods.
It was a lot longer. I think it was almost 5 miles if you
went that road. You might have had to shuttle do it that way.
Yeah.
But we found our way through. Yeah, that was dog friendly. That one worked out well.
Mm-hmm. Then we made our way into Waynesboro, PA.
Pennsylvania.
And we stayed at the Cobblestone Hotel.
That was a nice hotel.
That was a really nice hotel. And you had all the amenities right in front of you. Restaurants, gas stations for resupply, and also Walmart right there for resupply.
Yeah, everything you needed was right there. Yeah, Walmart was right out the back door. Mm-hmm. In Applebee's too. We had dinner there. I think it was Applebee's.
2 nights we had Applebee's, yep.
Yeah, that was just a quick shuttle.
Yeah.
You just call them. They'll give you a shuttle driver to call.
And and all of the shuttle drivers, I don't think we ran across any that weren't dog friendly.
Yeah, I never had a problem.
But it's always good to ask.
Yeah. Even the Uber drivers, well, Uber you can set it to dog friendly.
Mm-hmm.
So we only had a handful of Uber drivers. For the most part, they were just shuttle drivers right off the Far Out app.
Mm-hmm.
Or out of the AWOL guide.
Or from the hotels themselves. The hotels would have a list of shuttle drivers for us when you called.
Yep. Then we left there and we headed on up to Carlisle, Pennsylvania.
It used to be a Quality Inn.
Now it's the Appalachian Motel.
They're doing renovations. They're going to need to do a lot to spruce it up.
It's right off the highway though.
It is.
Well, right off the trail, I should say.
Off the trail, yeah. You're not even a half mile.
You can see it from the bridge,
mm-hmm.
or the entrance anyway. Or you could keep walking if you wanted.
Yeah.
Bandit didn't want to stay on the floor.
That was the only dog friendly one. There were a few other hotels right near it, but that was the only one that was dog friendly for us.
Yeah, Duncannon. We went to Duncannon next. The Stardust Motel. So we got to the end of town, over to the highway. You couldn't walk up that road, whatever. I can't remember what the road was. You couldn't walk up it, so we had to get a shuttle driver or an Uber. I think it was an Uber that day.
Yeah, it was an Uber that day.
That motel was okay. I think we zeroed there too.
We did zero there. It was pretty good. I mean, it was clean. It was nice. The people really didn't bother you at all.
Yeah, there was some bad reviews, but I don't know what
they were for. I mean, there were some long-term residents there, and they just went about their day as we went about ours. So, I enjoyed my stay there. Would have liked to have more in the area. We didn't have to resupply there.
Yeah, we were far removed from anything.
Yeah. There was one little restaurant that we could get our food at, but then, the closest thing to it, which didn't carry dog food or anything, was 1.5 miles down for a gas station to do some sort of small resupply.
Yeah.
But overall, they were really good with the dog. They had no issues with the dogs being in the room or going anywhere within the motel grounds.
No, none of them did. None of the motels did. None of the hostels did. A few hostels said you had to have the dog with you at all times. But other than that,
Yeah.
the whole way, nobody really had a problem with the dogs.
Then we went to Jonestown to get out of rain.
Yep, we were dodging a storm on that one.
There was a big storm coming through, similar to the size of the one when we were in Front Royal. And we went to the shore stay. And it was a really, really nice hotel. The main lobby was gorgeous. They're like, nope, just bring the dog right through.
Yep.
No issues. You don't have to bring them through the back doors or the side doors or anything like that. Just come on right through. They said the only thing with the dog is he just couldn't be in any of the eating areas. Which
And
was
that's
fine.
the same everywhere.
Yeah, it's the same everywhere. No animals are allowed unless it's a true certified service dog.
Yeah. Not the kind you lie about, the real kind.
The real kind. The ones that are actually trained and
There's a lot of fake ones out there. Then we went to Hamburg, the Microtel. Absolutely, hands down, the best hotel, motel.
It was sad that it was only an in and out because I could have vortexed there.
It wasn't better than the hostels. The hostels I still think were way better than anything.
Yeah.
But as far as hotels, motels, the Microtel was by far. And it was cheap.
Yeah, it had a really good price for the quality of the hotel.
Yeah. And it was a suite. It was a big suite.
Mm-hmm.
It cost less than some of them others that were lesser.
Less than par.
And then we went on to Tripoli.
In Tripoli, we stayed at the Lookout Hostel.
Awesome hostel.
Fantastic hostel. Had full resupplies. They even carried dog food.
Yep.
If your dog wasn't somebody who was sensitive to different food changes, you could have picked up your food there. You could have resupplied everything there. Dogs were allowed anywhere that you were. It didn't matter. They were like, take them off leash, let them run around. They'll be fine.
Yeah, the owners didn't even stay.
No.
I guess they live off site.
Mm-hmm.
They came in at night and sat down talking with everybody around the table, and then they went home.
Yeah.
We just the last one out and had to lock up. That was it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was really nice. Good atmosphere there.
Yep. Great view.
Mm-hmm. And the owners were fantastic. Then we went on to Delaware Water Gap and stayed at the Quality Inn in East Stroudsburg. And that one was...
It was okay.
It was par.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't like that we were down in the basement area of it.
It was a 3-decker with a basement. We were in the basement.
We were in the basement, but they did have their own restaurant right inside.
Yep.
Food was really good.
Yeah, it was decent.
Yeah, and you were only about a mile or so from resupplying. Had Jersey Mike's several times. But yeah, there was Walmart, there was a grocery store right there, so we were able to pick up whatever we needed for the dog. And he was welcome anywhere, and you could even leave him in the room at the hotel if you wanted to go up to eat and things like that, as long as he wasn't making any nuisance. They were fine with the dogs being alone in the hotel room.
After that was the Warwick Drive In. You couldn't beat that one. $5 a piece. $5 a person.
$5 a person.
Nothing for the bandit.
Mm-mm. Got to set up your tent, and you got a movie.
You got 3 to pick from.
Yep.
And $5 for a radio if you wanted to listen to it. So they had three screens, 2 movies each. We only watched the first.
Yep.
That was pretty cool. Different experience.
That was fun.
Yeah. And then on to Bear Mountain in New York. Bear Mountain Resort, the
Overlook Lodge.
Overlook Lodge. Pricey.
Very pricey.
Very, very pricey. Like 3 stays worth of pricey. But it was the only thing around.
That was the only thing that would allow pets. There was a few hostels. There was a few other areas with the Bear Mountain Resort. But only the Overlook Lodge in the entire area allowed pets.
Yeah, I mean, the place itself was great, but if you didn't want to spend that kind of money and you have a dog with you, plan ahead on your food so that you can cruise through there.
Yeah.
It was not cheap.
Then we ended up going quite a distance. We went up to Lee, Massachusetts for our next day and stayed at the Pilgrim Inn.
Yeah, we got a shot. They came and picked us up.
Yep, they
right,
came.
right on Route 20.
Hmm.
Just brought us right in.
Then they pranced the dog around everywhere, meeting everybody because they love the pets.
Yep, that was cool. Yeah, we did a resupply in that town.
Hmm.
And then on to North Adams, we had an Airbnb with our daughter and son-in-law and the grandkids. So that was just, we found an Airbnb, or they found one that was
That was
pet
pet
friendly.
friendly.
There wasn't much, there was no motel, hotel around there, so you probably just cruise through there. You could resupply there.
Hmm.
There was a supermarket there. You could just walk to it, which I think we did.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah. Walk to it and walk back to the trail and just carry on through.
Hmm.
You could do that.
Yeah, you could walk to it and walk back.
Or you could get an Airbnb, but we were there for the 4th of July too, so, and meet family, so it was more practical to do that.
Hmm. We had a good time.
We did.
Hmm.
And then from there we went to Manchester, Vermont.
We stayed at the Pinnacle Lodge.
Awesome place.
Fantastic. Very pet friendly. They actually brought you around, showed you the town, dropped you
Yeah.
off, picked you up. They were like, leave the dog in the room. He's fine. He'll be resting. He needs his rest.
Oh yeah. Big community. If you were going to stay there for a while, big community kitchen.
Oh, yeah. Big community kitchen and laundry. And then they had the full
was,
laundry area
laundry was free.
for Thru-Hikers.
Yep. Yeah, there was a bucket of change right there.
Yeah, throw the change in. We'll just empty it back out later, they said.
Yep.
And then
Where did we go?
we went to Rutland, Vermont.
Rutland.
We did a quick stay at the Days Inn.
We had to take a shuttle in for that.
Yep. I don't honestly remember a whole lot about that one.
Yeah, it was on the bottom end of Rutland. We came through town and then down.
Down.
I think there was a Hanover across the street,
That's right.
And there was a Denny's next door.
Mm-hmm.
Best breakfast. Best breakfast.
I don't know. The one next to the Appalachian Hotel in
All right.
Carlisle.
All right, we got
That diners breakfast was good.
you got Fresh Grounds breakfast, and you have Sir Stop's Lot breakfast
Mm-hmm.
on trail. Those two guys,
Yep.
awesome breakfast.
Fantastic.
And then as far as that, after that, you got Denny's. You've got the next door to the Appalachian Motel,
Mm-hmm.
that diner, and in Hot Springs, the Smoky Mountain Diner.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
But don't forget,
I didn't forget.
we haven't gotten there yet. But there was one more breakfast.
That's a hostel. That's different.
That's different.
That's different. I said what that was.
All right. Then we went to Hanover, New Hampshire. We stayed at they had a day there for hikers.
Yeah, it was a mini trail day.
Mm-hmm. We stayed over in West Lebanon at the Fireside Inn. And they had absolutely no issues with pets. Pets were allowed anywhere again, but in the eating area.
Yep.
They were allowed to be left in their room when you were down in the eating areas or if you had to go out. We tried not to leave him alone too long because he's always with us.
Yeah.
So their resupplies were pretty close by. They had several different options for him. Lots of places over there for getting the pet food. We were always able to find what we needed when we were actually getting to grocery stores. So
Yeah, that's the key. Grocery stores, or if there was a Dollar General.
Yep.
Dollar General was pretty good too. But typically, if there was a Dollar General, there was a grocery store, for the most part. What do we got? Woodstock, New Hampshire. Stayed at the Notch. That one was, they came and picked you up at the Flume Visitor Center, I think it was.
It was.
And then they do a shuttle into town. Dog friendly, but apparently I stayed in the outdoor tent, and apparently that wasn't dog friendly, even though it was allowed to be booked online. So I guess they changed that afterwards. So what part's dog friendly, I don't know, but it still is dog friendly.
The private rooms are dog friendly.
It might be.
There's some little cabins that they have that are dog friendly, and then you can tent there with the dogs as well.
Yeah.
But they need to be on leash at all times.
Yep.
They're not allowed into the main hostel.
No.
Then we went to Pinkham Notch and got picked up by our family again.
Yeah.
And we did an Airbnb in North Conway.
Right. So there are places to stay around there, but you would need a long shuttle drive.
Mm-hmm.
And then it would probably take you to Gorham, if I had to guess.
You can book at Pinkham Notch at the visitors.
Well, yeah, you
at
can
the
do
visitor
it,
center.
but I don't think they allow dogs.
No, they do not allow dogs.
So
there.
that wouldn't do you any good.
Mm-mm.
So I think I'm not 100% sure because I didn't have to look for it. But I think in Gorham, but like I said, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
You'd have to look into that. So in that whole area, you'd have to look.
And we went up from there to West Bethel, Maine.
Yeah, we went to Bethel and then took the shuttle into
West Bethel.
It costs as much for a shuttle one way and then back. So those 2 ways cost as much as the room. Great place.
Awesome place. It was the West Bethel Inn.
Yep.
Very dog friendly. They allow the pets everywhere. They were actually building a pet park.
Yeah,
They were working on building a pet park in the back so that you could let the pets off leash, let them run around, let them exercise and play. They were fantastic. They had, if you were looking at extended stays, they actually had a full service kitchen that you could cook all of your meals in, full stove, all of the cleaning area. They had refrigerators to store your food in. So if you wanted to do a zero or extra and you just wanted to cook for yourself, you could stock up at the grocery store and then bring it all over there and cook all of your meals yourself. It was nice.
But it was a lot. If you could split a shuttle with somebody, it'd probably be better.
Oh, absolutely.
that was, yeah. I think it was 13 miles, 17 miles off trail.
Yeah. 17.
I had to go there. I had to call in to work. And that was the only place I could stay at the time. So we just went there. And we supermarket again and did a resupply in Bethel. From there, we went to Stratton, to the main roadhouse.
Newly reopened main roadhouse.
That's right.
It had been closed down. New owners took over and they opened it up. I believe it was in May. April or May.
It was in the spring.
Yeah. So I had a great time there. They shuttled you wherever you needed to go. There was a great little restaurant, a couple great restaurants in town.
Yep.
We went to one and then the grocery store is right next to it. So IGA Market, and we were able to get everything we needed for the dog.
Bandit could go wherever he wanted there.
Yep. They had no issues with the dog being off leash outside as long as you were with them because they had a full backyard for everybody.
Yep.
And then in the room, he was able to stay in there with us, no issues. That was nice.
And Caratunk, the Sterling Inn, was pet friendly. We had him in there for a while. That's where Bandit went home.
Yeah, he got picked up at the Sterling Inn in Caratunk, but it was pet friendly. They actually even had some dog food that they had in their resupply. They had a full resupply in there as well. But they carried some dog foods. But they would shuttle you for a fee outside of town if you needed to get additional supplies.
And they had 2 golden retriever puppies, so they had to be cool. One looked just like Bandit when he was a baby.
Yep.
Then the Monson, the Shaw's Hiker Hostel. We didn't have Bandit at the time. I believe you could tent there with a dog. You would have to call. I'm not 100% sure on it, but I think I saw that. And I don't think they can go inside the place.
Hostel. I don't believe they can go in the hostel, but they might be able to go in the yurts, or it's just camping outside.
Yeah, you'd have to call them for that. I can't really say, so I don't want to say just in case, one way or the other. But if you were planning, because at some point, if you got a dog, that's probably around somewhere, either Caratunk or Monson would be where you'd want to start looking for a place
to board them.
Because you can't go into Katahdin or Baxter with them.
Yeah, you need to book them to be picked up on the Golden Road in
right before Baxter.
Right before Baxter.
So either at the end of the 100-mile wilderness or as you're approaching somewhere in these 2 towns.
Mm-hmm.
That would be a good idea. And Millinocket was the Appalachian Trail Hostel and Outfitter. They were not pet friendly.
Not pet friendly. We didn't have Bandit at the time.
I think 2 of the hotels might have been, but I can't say that. I can't guarantee it. It'd be in the AWOL guide, or you can call them. Mm-hmm. But even if we hadn't sent Bandit home when we got out of the trail, at least that first night, we would have been there anyway. Regardless, pet friendly, we didn't have Bandit.
Right.
And that was the easiest way out of there to get into a
And
town.
they came into Baxter and picked you up from there.
Right. And by the way, that best breakfast,
Was at Shaw's.
Shaw's. Stack of pancakes like that. Bacon and eggs. Couldn't beat it. Oh, and the other place there that the guy didn't want you filming in there.
Oh yeah, we don't. The place that we cannot talk about.
We cannot talk about it. The Hunter's place.
Hunter's cabin. Yeah.
He doesn't want people YouTubing it anymore. He wants to keep it real. But yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah.
So that's the whole list right there. I think what I'll do is I'll put them in the description.
That way you'll have
Yeah,
access.
I'll see if I can list it so it doesn't look like a mess. If it looks like a mess, I won't put them in, but I should be able to type them right in there and just. I'll type them at the end of this one, and I'll go to the other video there, and I'll put them in that one. So that's about it. That's all the pet friendly.
Yeah.
You want to get him so he can say goodbye? He loves the camera.
Come on.
Whenever we video chat with people, he's always got to be up
Coming up
here.
your side.
There you go, buddy. There he is. There he is. He doesn't understand what we're doing, but he just knows that we're sitting here talking together, so he has to be there.
He's been sitting at the door making noises.
Alrighty. Well, that's the end of our list. I hope it helps you out. Whoever's going out there next year, whether you're bringing your dog or not, I hope you're having an incredible journey. And we'll come up with something else for some future videos and some future journeys.
Let us know if there's anything you'd like to say.
Alrighty. Peace.
Peace.